back to Genfanad. In today's pre-episode training segment, mining copper and tin. How much? A lot. It's a lot. Something like 1,000 plus of each. Something like that. Or like 2,000 plus. It's a lot. Still trying to get up to 20 forging here. But yeah. Because this is so much easier than iron, we can just click to the bank, click back to the mine. It's very doable and very cool. So let's see how much we manage to get here. I don't know if we're gonna mine all the ores we need right now. It's an ongoing effort here. And then after we decide we are done mining, and also 2 days pass, we're gonna go figure out food. So that'll be interesting. Also, we're going to pick up some dew, wander around here, in order to get more experience in the future, and all that. So, that'll be nice too. Let's see how much ore we're starting with here. Copper, basically 0. So yeah, that was like what, 1 inventory worth? We're gonna do a few more than 1 inventory here. Yeah. And then we just click right over there. Brilliant. It really is just that easy. There's level 21 mining. My goodness. How much XP is it for level 22? It's gonna be a lot. It's another 17,000. Wow. 17,800. We're gonna be crossing the 100,000 experience threshold here. So that's something. And that's predominantly 10 experience at a time here. We are well on our way to that mine 1,000,000 rocks achievement or whatever. Assuming the achievements are working. But still. Not done mining. Well, that was a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean a lot. I think I got enough ore now between the iron, copper, and tin to get to where I want to be. That is going to be an entirely separate grind in and of itself, of course. So before we get to that, we're going to actually do this episode. And what we're looking at here is cooking and all the different foods and changes that have been made to that system. We've got lean, regular, and fatty foods now. We also have the high enough level to be getting the high quality from the rat, at least. So we got lean, regular, and fatty of all 3 qualities. Taking up lots of space here. So we're gonna take all the high quality stuff. I've only got 1 high quality here. So we'll take a little bit more than that. And some regular quality of this. Get a little space here. So we're gonna head over to the range and prep table and all that here. And look at all of our options that we have here. 3 different kinds of each kind of meat. And presumably this is only going to be the meats that have the lean and fatty version. I don't think there'd be a lean and fatty potato, as far as I can tell. But there's a lot of different kinds of meats nowadays. If we go to the prep table here, it's actually part of the raw mystery hot dog. That's level 30, so we can't do that anyway. And that works with any kind of thing. We need a beef, chicken, pork, rat, and fat to make the mystery hot dog. So, instead of doing that, since we can't, I'm going to bring it over here to the cooking range, where we can make varieties of crisp rat meat or rat jerky at level 9. And this is where we get into the different classes of foods. If we start with just the regular old rat meat and just make that into crisp rat, it will stack with the crisp rat that we already have in the bank, which is also nice. And then it can also be used for other things. This is just regular crisp rat, and all the various versions can be used to make the jerky or the hot dogs. Not really a specific requirement here. So regular food continues to work regularly. Just heals the amount that it's going to heal wherever you are. So the rat continues to heal 1, 2, or 3 based on the quality of it. And then we can bring the rat here and make rat and potato platters using a potato and a plate. This is where, once again, we need to worry about the quality. If we bring a high quality baked potato and a high quality crisp rat, we'd be more likely to get a high quality rat and potato platter. And since it's regular meat into the rat and potato platter, you'll end up with a regular rat and potato platter, which would heal 4, 6, 8, depending on quality again. So definitely a lot more than just the rat itself. And being able to heal 8 health is definitely pretty solid. But we need to go and get potatoes and also plates. That'd be a bit more work. But the current rat only healing 1, 2, or 3 is definitely not crazy. Just going from 1 health from low quality rat all the way up to 4 could be pretty good. But again, it's going to take time to get the potatoes and plates. Also need to figure out how plates work exactly. Otherwise, there's also the lean crisp rat here. Make some of that. We successfully made it low quality. That's unfortunate. Our cooking is level 15 here. There's no real visual distinction in the cooked meats, unlike the way there is a difference in the raw meats here. Potentially something to be added later. We also have the fatty crisp rat. Managed to completely fail that time. Amazing. And a high quality. Okay. So if we look here again, this isn't used in the cooking range anymore. But it is used over here. If we take the lean crisp rat, we can either make the regular rat and potato, or specifically the lean rat and potato. Both of which just use the regular baked potatoes there. And then, if we take the fatty crisp rat, that makes fatty rat and potato platter. Regular meats just count as regular. Heals what they heal. And then we get the different tiers of things. The regular food, making the regular plates, is still regular. Heals what it heals. But besides that, we've got more complicated things. If you take your lean meat to make the lean rat and potato platter, it'll heal 3, 5, 7, which is less than the regular rat and potato platter. unless your defense is higher than your strength. And then it heals 5, 7, 9, which is better. So this makes all these different types of food more situational. For lean, you need your defense higher than your strength. For fatty, for the fatty ram potato platter, you want your strength higher than your defense. And that has the same heals 1 less if you don't meet the condition, heals 1 more if you do meet the condition. So if you just have all the different meats, as you would get from the butchering, you can have some kind of strategy of how you level up your stats in order to spend a larger percentage of your time with strength higher or defense higher. Because if they're the same, you get less value out of both of them, and regular value out of the regular. So, some kind of strategy of leveling strength, and then like stopping just before it, and then getting it up, and then leveling attack at some point. Because you're going to be wanting to switch between strength and defense being your highest level if you're trying to get the most out of all your food that you made yourself. There's also the opportunity that you just get rid of or sell the lower quality food, or just take the loss of healing a lot less if you don't want to be too complicated about things. Because currently our strength is lower, so our defense is higher, and we would heal more from the lean food. I don't know if let's see here, the regular cooked rat here, it's all well and good. Crisp rat heals 1, 2, 3. Fatty crisp rat potentially also 1, 2, 3. So the unused parts might actually heal the same amount. So currently, we could use all of our rat to heal the same amounts. But if we turned it into the more complicated dishes, you would then get more health out of being in the right spot. So that would require us getting a whole bunch of potatoes and plates. That seems to be the only more complicated recipe here with the crisp rat, at least. So we might make some plates. Could be interesting. There's a door there. That new? That speeds up this process a little bit. Ah. No, that's us trying to get into the furnace over there. It takes a bit longer. Unfortunately, it does mean we get 2 additional bank spots taken up by all these. So if we're going to do something with any of these piles of rat meat, we're going to want to use all of it. That's for sure. Let's open up. Grab all of the different meats here. That'll at least save us some space. We got that going for us. Just cook up all the meat. I don't think we're going to make the hot dogs at all. 1, because they are level 30 foods that we really can't make. And 2, because they are in... I mean... No, it was the... You can make rat jerky. And then this was... No, it was just rat jerky. Was it? Mystery hot dog? Raw mystery hot dog? That was on here. Yeah, raw mystery hot dog and jerky. So those are 2 separate things. The mystery hot dog we're not going to make because it's level 30. And I suppose once we have cooking, if we ever get cooking level 30, there's going to be plenty of easy to get raw mystery hot dog rat meat. And all the other meats too. Definitely a more complicated recipe. But we're not gonna make the rat jerky because one, it needs fat. Haven't really been getting any fat. It says that fat is made by cooking with fatty meat on the prep table. So that would mean, well, first we would need some fatty meat to use. But we're not really getting at this point. We would need to get the fatty crisp rat and then use that to make the actual bit. I don't know if putting it on the plate would create some fat. Sounds like more of a using the fatty meat in the other recipes. And that would mean it would probably be easier to use more of the regular stuff. Roll that out. 13 more? It's fine. Yeah, if we want to use the fatty meat on the prep table, that would be the raw mystery hot dogs. If we use the cooked fatty meat on the prep table, and then that would give us the fat. A lot of these are used, only the raw is here. Or maybe they're also recipes. There's lots of recipes too. It's a whole thing. To make the fatty crisp rat, we can make these. That doesn't feel like that would give fat. Making the mystery hot dogs, maybe. We'd have to look at other things on prep tables to get the fat. But that just makes the rat jerky more complicated. And then there's the whole situation. The hot dogs have the bonus healing on the overworld, whereas the rat jerky has bonus healing in dungeons. Don't know if we're really going into many dungeons at this point, so the extra healing would not really be worth it. Something to consider for the future. Although there's not as many things in the dungeon and overworld sections. Just the plates of things heal the same everywhere. There's just the regular plates, the lean plates, and the fatty plates, depending on your strength and defense levels. For the overworld and dungeon foods, like the hot dog is the overworld. Also included in that section is the mystery shish kebab and chocolate banana skewer. Those just heal more when you're not in dungeons. Wonder if it counts anything like upper floors of places. Could be an idea. And then, is a tower a dungeon? Questions the world needs to know. But dungeon food heals more in dungeons. You got the rat jerky, simple bread, and mystery hot dog sandwich. So, you turn it into a mystery hot dog, and then it heals more on the overworld. But if you take the simple bread, that is a dungeon food, and put your overworld mystery hot dog in it to get the mystery hot dog sandwich, now it's dungeon food. Sure. And that is level 31 though, so not a huge thing we need to worry about. And then, that's not the only different kinds of foods. We've had regular, we've had lean and fatty plated foods, dungeon and overworld foods. But there's also pacifist foods, which heal more if you've not killed an enemy in 5 minutes. And these are like vegetarian options, like salads, roast potato vegetable medley, a simple fruit salad. And these heal more if you haven't killed anything. but less if you have. As we all know, if you've engaged in violence, salads are less healthy until you haven't engaged in violence for 5 minutes. And then you're back to good. So that is definitely more situational. If you're doing any actual combat, it's definitely going to heal less. But if you're like trying to like run past things, I guess, it would heal more. But they don't really heal more enough to really warrant bringing it over your combat food that would just heal the same amount and doesn't automatically lose value if you accidentally kill something. Perhaps if it's a lot easier to collect the ingredients. Although it seems like a lot of them have at least 3 different raw bits and also the plates. The fruit style is only watermelon and cherries. That's an option. But yeah, that's also a little more complicated. All the different ingredients definitely makes the different foods a prospect, indeed. And then there's stews. They heal more if you have under 20% health, which is definitely not a place you want to be in, ever. Because if anything attacks you while you're at 20% health, it's going to kill you. So, it's very, very unlikely that you're going to get the bonus out of the stew. And for that reason, they heal a lot more if you satisfy the condition. Very much a emergency food kind of situation. Lowest level one is 16 cooking for pumpkin stew. Then there's also venison stew and wolf stew, much higher levels. That could be a singular bit you bring with you, just in case. In a situation where it's even feasible to get down to 20% health, I feel like you're more likely to just die than be able to make use of that. Because if you've gotten yourself into a situation where you're at 20% health, or if you're at 25% health and this doesn't work, and then you just die anyways, it's an idea. And then, another class of food, we've got Wanderer food. It heals more if you've taken 90 steps since the last time you ate something. This is popcorn, which is pretty cool. Popcorn heals 2 plus 1 if you're not moving around now, and then 3 plus 3 if you are. So, definitely get a lot of value out of the popcorn while traveling. Also in this class is cherry pies, pumpkin loaves, and corn dogs. But those are higher level. Oh, another thing here. Bloom. And then there's other foods, which are basically just normal. Baked potatoes, lemon waters, lemonades, monster mash, and fruitcake. Fruitcake is level 58 though, so we're not quite there. And then dough, sugar, and the raw mystery hot dog are just ingredients, basically. So yeah, there is options out here. My goodness. Really depends on if you know exactly where you're going for, like, say, long grind. If you're gonna be in the dungeons, you can maybe grab yourself some rat jerky or the mystery hot dog sandwiches. Well, once you get to the mystery hot dogs at level 30 and 31, you've got the overworld and the underworld taken care of without needing to worry about what your attack, what your defense and strength are doing. Still heals more in the dungeon, since that's the higher level and more complicated recipe, since you need to put it in the bun. We're nowhere close to level 30, so basically our options here for when we want to heal, it's mostly just when we're in combat. So we would want a regular or a plated food. Came over here to trade with the sage, buy some more XP boosts. That's gonna be useful for the foraging we're gonna do, and other things, presumably. Also, we're becoming invisible when we walk specifically down to the right now. I don't know. It's definitely something. So I think we try to look into plates. We need to make the plates out of clay. The real question is if we get the plates back, which is also kind of a problem if we... It's a problem if we do, and it's also a problem if we don't. If we do get the plates back, it's going to clog up the inventory. If we don't get the plates back, it means we need to mine an absolute ton of clay. And neither option's really great here, is it? How many plates do we need to put all this stuff on plates? Do I put all the rat on plates? It's a lot more regular rat here. We'll just start with these. If we just make more plates, that's fine too. Enjoy space though. Let's see here. So to make an empty plate, we need an unfired plate. And to make that, we need a soft clay. To do that, we need regular clay, which we can mine. Oh, I'm not gonna say no to some mining here. Grab that. Now let's head back over to Castle Zamok. Worst case scenario, even if we have too many extra plates we don't really want, we can get some mining and artistry XP. That'd be nice too. Yeah, I don't think we want to make all the rat into plates. I mean, it's definitely going to be the potatoes that are also going to take some time. Just more steps involved. And then we also have our beef that we have. It's all regular beef. What can we do with that? Because that is our other main food source we have right now. Currently heals 3, 4, 5. Although I don't think we have any high quality beef, since we couldn't get that from butchery before. That's used in a beef and potato tray, which is basically the same idea here. Cooked beef, roast potato on a plate. Then there's beef and vegetable sauté, which is beef, carrot, and raw greens on a plate. Then a beef and vegetable medley, which is a roast vegetable medley, which is potato, onion, and carrot on a plate. Then add beef to the next step. That's multiple steps. That could be more cooking speed at least. There's a lot of things to consider out here. Really is. Just what the best way forward here would be is if we make the stuff on a plate. It's if we're gonna heal more. And also the question is, do we have the cooking level for it? We got 15. That's enough for the first 2 beef dishes there. But not the medley, which would heal more. Only for the high quality, so if we discount the high quality since we can't make the high quality, the sauté is definitely preferable. Although that's also carrots and greens instead of just potatoes. And it only heals 1 more than the beef and potato tray. Although we'd also get more experience in other skills by not just getting the beef and potatoes. And also you need to cook the potatoes. There's a lot of things to consider here. And all of this also comes down to how do plates work? Because if we keep the plates, it's going to make a whole bunch of clogging up the inventory, trying to pick up any drops. And if we lose the plates, we're going to need to constantly make more plates. Neither option is ideal. And this is going to also continue to get our mining way ahead. I guess we can't complain as much about this as we did with forging. I mean, there's also the question of if this is going to give as much artistry XP. It's definitely something. Make the plates. There's also probably the potential of breaking the plates. Empty plates. And the plate is preserved to be used again. Okay. So, that's an interesting idea. Depending on how much damage you expect to take during the fight, you would either want to drop the plates or bring more non-plated foods. But the plated foods are some of the better ones, too, here. So, if you didn't want to bring all plated foods, you'd be healing a lot less from the non-plated ones. I guess that's part of the value of the plated foods. You can heal a lot more in your inventory there. Per inventory. If we just want to do these. That is 28. That is also 28. Do 2 inventories of clay here. Make some extra plates, that's fine. Because that'll also end up with us having plates. A lot of plates. So we bring the plates back. And it's not like it's a arduous task to make more plates here either. Also, it trains artistry. So, that could have some value. So artistry, you make stuff from clay, or paper, or cut some gems, make jewelry. That's also something we could look into doing here. Once we can make silver, which we're actually getting close to. Which could be cool. Silver chains from silver bars. Yep. That's a level 20 forging. That's a plus. And yeah, that's basically all you get in artistry here. Clay stuff. Making some paper, kinda. Paper doesn't do anything. Oh, maybe it will later. Be able to cut the gems would also be nice. Because then we can use the gems and make more cool things. Also more experience too. There's all kinds of benefits here. So just making tons and tons of plates isn't the worst plan here. Bowls do give more experience per clay though, unfortunately. What can we do with bowls? Those are for the stews. Stews aren't super impressive. I don't know about that. So I'm going to take off our jugs and our clays and make these here, because we can. Just do piles of jugs in the fountain here. If it automatically goes. Yeah, it's a make option. We get some water. Very good. I believe the spinning guy's here. And the kiln is somewhere else. Potter's wheel. There's only 2. 1 in scent and 1 in skull. And then a potter's oven. Exists where? Right now. Jug. Oh, that's that kind of deal. This gets us wet clay. Throw all that away. Get another set of clay. Try to figure out where a potter's oven is. Location, Zamok. Alright. This is a good place to be for doing some pottery. Potter's oven. Oh, the potter... No. Yeah, this is Zamok. And the potter's wheel. That's in scent. Or skull. Skull could probably be faster if you're doing a lot. Since it's going to be closer to a bank than down in scent, presumably. Although we're only doing 2 trips here. We're kind of only doing the plates here, too. I think getting the potatoes would fall more into a training botany kind of time. We can make the plates at least. Even if it is going to take up another inventory space. Or bank space, even. We could get rid of maybe the bowls and buckets. We always make more, too. And we do also still have some other quest items which we could keep working on trying to finish those. There's options here. So we can walk back here while we do this. Oh, yeah. Doesn't seem like we can super spam click it here. Doesn't register it quite that quickly. That's okay. Soft clay. Last of this clay. Store 2 jugs. 15 jugs is definitely the correct amount of jugs. Lets you do a full inventory here without messing around. And you can make some of the clay as you walk back to the bank. And you don't need to worry about filling up hundreds of jugs. Depends what you're going for, I guess. And I guess the next question is going to be, where would be the best place to get some potatoes? There's definitely potatoes down in scent. What would be like the most efficient way to combine all the stuff? Just go down there with 9 plates, 9 rat, and a sickle. Grab some potatoes, cook the potatoes, make the potatoes. That could work. We can even go down with 9 clay, 9 rat, bronze sickle. We need to make the furnace back in here, so that's not gonna work. Take the clay, go down there, make the plates. Come back here, cook the plates. Lots of steps. Lots of steps. But especially for rat, this feels more worth it than other foods. To bother with all these plating stuff. Since rat itself does not heal a lot. And just potato is also very easy to accomplish. Not as complicated as some other options, at least. Is this spot right here? I think it is. Do some pottery. Yeah, we're only visible when we go that direction. Pretty wild. Make plates. This gives a decent amount of artistry XP. Working on that. And the lowest level actual stuff we can already make. As we get higher level, we'll be able to get even better necklaces. That's good too. See what we can get from these necklaces. But first we need the silver. That's definitely a step. There's also a pebble necklace made out of leather cord and a rock. Stone rubble. You can get from various places. You get stone rubble, a pile of useless rubbish, a leather cord, plain leather cord with many uses. That's false, you can only make a pebble necklace. And then the pebble necklace, which, if it is a high quality pebble necklace, will give you a singular armor. Doesn't look like much yet, but maybe soon. Yeah. Your lowest level attempt at jewelry is not impressive. Also, there's a +2 pebble necklace. That actually does stuff. Materials require pebble necklace ×2. Oh. So if you take your pebble necklace and get multiple of them, you can actually upgrade to something useful. Because the pebble necklace ×2, you can get up to a total of 3 armor, it looks like. That's something at least, I guess. Kinda. Ooh, the plates stack. Oh, there we go. That actually solves my concern with plates. The plates stack when they're not being used to hold food and such. So that's actually really good. So not only are you healing more per inventory slot, you're also not sacrificing all the inventory. So that's actually pretty good. And you get the plates back. So your total plate count just comes down to how much plated food you want at one time. You can even do something like just having the plates. I mean, you can't really just plate up your food before you go on any specific thing. You really want to not have extra spaces. Like, currently we've got a stack of plates, stack of things. I guess the next question would be, do we intend to continue fighting rats? We're still level 10 here. Because if we do continue fighting rats, we're going to get more rat bodies that we need to butcher. That's going to give us the 3 different types of raw rat, which we then need to cook into the 3 different types of crisp rat. And then that's going to give us 3 stacks that we need to potentially plate some of them or all of them. We can definitely consolidate some more bank space. That's definitely a good idea here. That's mostly the goal here with the plates. We're going to be doing more combat here. And there's artistry level 12. Fantastic. That's actually really a requirement for the next bit of the next necklace. Aquamarine gives some power, and then make the +1 gives more power. Yeah, there's a lot of different amulets. That's something. We got power. We got armor. More power, but negative armor. Fascinating. Negative power, but bonus armor. Wild. Way less power, way more armor. And just more power. All sorts of interesting choices here. Well, again, not until we have silver. So here we've got plates. We can make plates. We'll get the plates back. That shouldn't be a problem. Oh, these are unfired. Let's fire them. Save a space there at least. Also, we got our logging up a little bit more. We could ditch the starter axe there. Also be beneficial. Also, if we get our levels up a bit more here, we can also get rid of our lower level bronze stuff. That'll help too. Many options. We're also going to have more space once we smelt down all the ores. There's plenty of stuff we can do to not overfill the bank right now. It's a work in progress. Oh yeah. Yeah, plates and plates. We're going to need the potatoes before we worry about that. And we're not quite to wanting to do a whole bunch of combat just yet. So we will worry about getting our better food later. But we've got the plates now. We know where potatoes are. We got our one of these, which is actually better right now. Not that we have a huge amount of them either way. That's another thing we need to keep track of, I guess. And we got this much silver. That's nice. Okay. So. I got all the ore I need, I think. So I think that is definitely what we're going to start off with. Because getting 20 forging will allow us to do at least 2 things, I think. Along with all the jewelry and all that, but one step at a time here. And that next step is going to be a significant amount of smelting. Next time. Goodbye.